Terence said go to the right. I went to the right, he started going left.
Go to the right.
Bro, one of y'all said go to the right.
And
Cut him off with your
jab. You wasn't jabbing, bro.
Yeah.
You was just following.
I was trying to get him.
Yeah, but you got to jab your way in. Them body shots hurt me, boy.
You know, I had him at a certain time. I started picking the pace up, but it's like he just kept like.
But you wasn't letting your hands go. You was picking the pace up with your movement.
Yeah.
But your hands wasn't, you know what I mean?
It was a certain time I started throwing, boom, 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 boom. I just started touching him.
And then I think in the 8th and 9th he was like, let me start moving.
I was just about to say, just like
he was pump faking like he was trying to do something, but he started the first couple rounds he was sharp.
Yeah.
And that 3rd, 4th, 5th he started like kind of.
He was solid though. No cap, he was solid at first. I'm like, damn, this keep bouncing. He won't stay in one spot. He just keep bouncing.
I said that he was throwing you off with them feints. Yeah. That's why I kept telling you.
Does it pain you to watch him kind of, in some ways, be underappreciated and under-recognized, or you look at that as just like, oh, this is just part of the business. All of us have to go through this.
All the greats have been through those type of adversity moments. You know, people talk bad about Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. People talk bad about me. People talk bad about Ali. People won't talk bad about the great ones. You know, they want him to be basic. They want him to sit in front of a guy and slug it out with him for they can say, oh, that was a great fight. Mm-hmm. That was a wonderful fight. Shakur Stevenson got his head banged out, but he won the fight. Mm-hmm. That's what they want. Mm-hmm. But that's not the name of the game. The name of the game is called boxing for a reason. Hit and not get hit. You know, I think people need to look up the definition of boxing. Mm-hmm. You know, you got a lot of people that claim they know boxing and they follow boxing and they got their YouTube channels and they got their podcasts, but they really don't know boxing. Yeah, they watch boxing, but they don't even know what they're watching half of the time. You know, they look at boxing and they say, well, he wasn't fighting. Oh, I want to see a good fight. Oh, I want to see these two guys fight. It's always fighting. But that ain't the name of the game. It's called boxing. Why don't they say, oh, I want to see Tank box Shakur? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a boxing match, not a fighting match. If you want to watch fighting, then there's other things like UFC, they fight. They use their feet. They use, you know, I mean, the elbows. They kick you, you know, they do a lot of things, you know. But when we talking about the martial arts of boxing, it's a science to boxing. And I just want people to, you know the definition of boxing.
All right, man, you had a video that popped up with Shakur Stevenson and Andre Ward and Terence Crawford, and they were giving him an advice, and I kind of put the clip in the beginning. They were giving him advice on what he should have did versus Artem in his last fight, and it doesn't look like he was taking the advice too well, okay? And he had an excuse for everything, and everybody is now saying he's uncoachable, he's untrainable, he doesn't listen, all right? In his corner with his grandfather would basically ask him to do things and he wouldn't do them, you know. So now a lot of people say he don't listen, he think he know it all and all that stuff. And for the most part, you know, people who have a really high IQ and as good as he is, they think they got all the answers. You know, they think they got all the answers, man. And you know, when Terence Crawford said, "Oh, you know," he like somebody was saying, "Go to the right," and Crawford was like, "Yeah, that was me." I said, "Go to the right," and cut him off with the jab. And then he was like, "Well, you know, I couldn't, you know, because this." He was giving excuses. So if he won't listen to his grandfather, who was his coach, he won't listen to Andre Ward and Terence Crawford, and he think he know everything, you know. And I understand he wanted to get a why. Jeez Louise. I understand that he wanted to give the why. I'm so tired of this train, bro. I understand that he wanted to give the why, you know, he couldn't do it, but a lot of people looked at it as he was uncoachable, untrainable. You know what I'm saying? That you know, that he had an excuse for everything that they said. So, you know, but at the end of the day, he got to live with that. He got to live with that. You know, and, you know, he should listen to those guys. And at the end of the day, with him not pulling the trigger the way he should have pulled the trigger, you know, maybe it's something mental. Maybe it's something mental. I really think he's scared to get hit. And this is the wrong sport. If you don't like to get hit or you can't take the punch, this is the wrong sport to get into. And people can say, well, he don't want his brain to be a vegetable. Then you shouldn't have signed up. You should have went to go be a rocket scientist or, you know, be a doctor or something like that. That's my thing about it. That's what you should have went to go do. That's what you should have went to go do. You shouldn't have been a boxer. If you're getting hit, it ain't something that you want to tolerate, then so be it. So, you know, in his mind, everybody else is a problem. It's not him. And I seen where the part, and I try to find this clip, I seen in the part where Terence Crawford was saying, well, you know, everybody mad at, you know, Shakur performance, but people need to look up the definition of boxing, which it is hit and don't get hit. But also people paying their money. And, you know, Terence Crawford know that. And, you know, if I'm paying my money, I want action. I want Action Jackson. Straight up. So if I'm paying my bread, I ain't paying my money not to be entertained. As much as y'all say boxing is a sweet science and it's hit and don't get hit, in addition to that, it's entertainment. If people putting their money up, they want to feel like they getting their money's worth. You know, and that's flat out. People want to feel like they getting their money's worth. So, and if you can't give people their money's worth, then they're gonna complain about it. People gonna complain and still watch. That's just part of the game. People are gonna complain and still watch. You know, people are going to complain and still watch. So, that's what they like to do. I think people like to complain. They feel like it's a way to express themselves. So, but, and, you know, like I said before, if he don't listen to nobody, and that's just young and dumb. You know, oh man, you know, I couldn't do this and I couldn't do, man, ain't no can't do it. I guess you can't do it if you don't want to get hit. You know, a lot of people saying, like Andre Bardo saying, okay, you don't want to listen to me, listen to your big homies. And he couldn't even process that before they finished giving them advice on what he should have did. He's speaking over them. His grandfather asked him to let his hands go. They need to sit down with him, man, and see why he ain't letting his hands go. I'm telling y'all, when I heard him speak on Artem, he was so big and strong, and he had a really good right hand. That dude ain't beat nobody that can punch. You can't go with a whole fight with a guy that, you know, nobody that's talented that can punch. You not beat nobody, one of these talented fighters that can punch, and you just going into you know, don't get hit mode. Then every time they miss, you ain't even making them pay. You more concerned about getting back on defense than trying to mount offense. Sometimes the best defense is a great offense. You know, if Devin get back to what he was prior to the Ryan Garcia fight, Devin beat Shakur Stevenson. Devin too big and too strong, pause, for Shakur Stevenson. I tell you that right now. You know, unless Shakur starts showing a different side, and Shakur was so dominant at 26 and 30 because he was so much bigger than everybody else, pause. And now that he ain't, you know, his size you know, ain't an advantage. He looking real regular. You know what I'm saying? He looking real ordinary. And he ain't fighting no great fighters. He fighting some okay fighters. So he fighting some okay fighters. But you know, maybe he fight a Williamson Payne and he'll step his game up. You know, maybe he will. Maybe he will. But you know, him not taking the advice from one to be Hall of Famer in Crawford and the Hall of Famer in Andre Ward and trying to speak over him. Like I said before, he seemed to be uncoachable. You know, now every time you have a performance, I hurt my shoulder, I hurt my hand. I don't know how you hurt your hand. You ain't throw no punches for real. They would say you was just walking them down with pressure. You wasn't letting your hand start. You didn't waste it. You didn't have Crawford break camp. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have Ward travel across the country. You know what I'm saying? To put on that performance, dog. And then you get mad at everybody and fighting everybody. I know what he's doing. He getting his name out there, losing for publicity, getting his engagement up going on. You know, and people still gonna tune in to watch because they want to see him lose. You know what I'm saying? They want to see him lose. So that's why people still gonna tune in to watch him fight. So, but yeah, he gotta, you know, I understand, you know, you want to get your reason why, but sometimes it's best to just listen. He's arguing with his granddad in this corner. If that's the point, hey, you don't need no corner, you don't need no counsel, you can just do it on your own. That's the youth today. A lot of these parents that raise their kids to be uncoachable, to be untrainable, to be unteachable. You know, you put that on top of some notoriety and put some cash in his pocket. You know, this is why you see fighters fall off. They get the cash, they get the stardom, and they stop training. They start showing up when they want to show up. You seen it in the Rocky movie, seen it in Mike Tyson. You know, that's one great thing about Floyd Mayweather. No matter how high, how low he got in his career, he gonna train. He listened to his father and he listened to Roger. Whoever was in that corner, he listened to him. He listened to him. Even late in his career, you see him going back and forth in that Pacquiao fight with his father. His father was, you know, coaching, he was listening. Like I continue to say, man, Shakur Stevenson, he just going through a phase. Hopefully he wake up and he realize he mature enough to know that you know, just shut the fuck up and take the advice. So hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good313, Venmo, CJ Good313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Patreon, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Yeah, but let me know what you girls and guys think. But yeah, like I continue to say about him, man, you know, hopefully he break this phase and then, you know, he get back to listening and doing things that he needs to do in the correct way.